Bloody
Why don't we
hell,
talk
Sean's
about
here.
the Wizard of Oz LGBTQ XYZ?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Matt,
What a fiasco.
What do you think of this
Just-
nonsense?
When I
Fill me
heard
in
they
on the
was
story.
remaking it, right? So the story is they're remaking Wizard of Oz, which is heresy, but they're remaking it anyway.
Wait a minute.
The
You didn't like the Wiz?
the
The
Wiz.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Michael Jackson version.
You've never seen the all black Michael Jackson version?
Yeah,
of
I've
the Wiz?
seen that. There's some
Well, let
things
me-
that shouldn't be remade. Let's be honest.
Let me read some of the story here, then you guys could comment on it. So,
Yeah.
was this your story? Yeah, it was your story.
Yes. Yeah.
So Kenya Barris is set to write and direct a full Wizard of Oz remake, and it's going LGBTQ ampersand
Hey.
pound sign, whatever. Barris makes programs that concentrate on buzzword, and more buzzwords. The message, of course, to potentially eviscerate everything wonderful about Hollywood's all-time classic and the most iconic feel-good movie ever made. And here's the ridiculous guy holding an owl in an orange suit. Clearly a serious-minded person here.
What a dick.
Everybody's got an owl, though, haven't they?
The original was an
That's just us in Britain, because we're all going to get invitations from Harry Potter.
The original was an allegory and a reflection on the way the world was at the time with things like the Great Depression and the Dust Bowl. Now we're going to turn a mirror. First of all, no. Now we're going to turn a mirror on where we're at right now and take disparate characters from the LGBTQ community and from different cultural communities and socioeconomic communities and tell a story that reflects the world. I think this is the best time to do that. Here's what we think it will be like right here.
To quote to quote Luke Skywalker from The Last Jedi, everything you just said there is wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's really hitting below the belt if you're using Last Jedi as a
call him out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I made a little thing about how I think each character would be portrayed in this new reimagining. And
honestly, it's too depressing to go through, but I think this picture says the 1,000 words that you've got here.
Pretty much, yeah. And just to show how dedicated I am to our readers, I actually literally typed in Wizard of Oz gay just to find the right pictures. So, yeah, my internet history is one. Oh, this is the best bit, Yoda. Yes, read his last statement. This is classic.
I'm nervous. Hopefully, my movie can last as long as the original does. Keep dreaming there, bud.
I don't know. Does he mean like in the runtime of an hour and a half?
Oh, no. I don't know. Can you imagine how bad this is going to be? And if you look at this guy's back catalogue as well, it's all like diversity and poor black people are so hard done by and oppression and all that. This is just going to be a mess. And it's just another example of why are these decision makers in Hollywood doing this stuff?
Money.
Who sits there and go, here's a great idea? It's fucking ridiculous.
You say money though, Sean. I mean,
you know what?
They're not making the money out of it though.
You know what,
No.
Matt? You know what you should have done? You should have made a video clip like the from the little black girls from the Little Mermaid going, "Mommy, she's just like me." You should have made a fake Wizard of Oz of gay, and then being like, put on some lipstick and a wig and be like, "Mommy is just like me."
Who was
to do it?
I'm blanking. Judy Garland. I know she was like a drag queen icon for decades for whatever reason, but I mean that was all kind of in the margins. You know, this nonsense. I mean, I'm just like
Jeffrey Dahmer knew how to handle gay people.
That's because he hated himself. So I don't understand. I mean, this whole message stuff and everything, and all I see anymore is just we don't know how to create. We only know how to destroy. Yes. We only know how to desecrate. We only know how to vandalize. Who is it? Lizzo playing the crystal flute from James Madison. What was her name?
What, that great big hippopotamus thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, goodness. No, I was thinking I didn't know what you were talking about, but as soon as you said that, I was like, oh yes,
Who
I've
is
been.
she?
Did you see the Babylon Bee had a news headline that said the next would be Beyonce singing a song with George Washington's false teeth?
Yeah.
Wearing his false teeth where?
I like the meme. It showed like a picture of Madison. He's like, "Hello, I'm back, and I understand you would like to know why there's a giant manatee playing my flute. I'd like to know that myself."
See, if it was a manatee playing a flute, that would be actually better than what we saw.
She didn't even do it well. Is the problem? Like I listened to the
and
clip.
I mean, there's nothing more vulgar and off-putting than twerking. So you're taking a historical piece of Americana and twerking with it.
They
And I'm
may
like
as well.
going, what
At
are
this
you?
point-
Yeah, I know, but I know it's just one more thing to put on the pile. I get that. But it's also like, why is this celebrated? Why is I guess you and I were talking earlier, Sean, and I said, all these elitists, it's like you have, I don't know how many more private jets you need, how many more yachts you need, summer houses, the money, the fame, but no, it's not enough. You got to screw kids and desecrate the country.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, at what point do we just say no? Just a simple word, no.
That sounds like treasonous January 6th behavior to me.
That's
Joe.
that's what they. Yeah, we say please no, and they call
Yeah.
us treasonous, and they throw us in jail. So
Yeah.
I found a documentary called The American Dream and Other Fairy Tales. I found it on streaming, but it was about Disney, and it was made by not Walt Disney's granddaughter, but his brother's granddaughter. And she still gets money from the company and everything else, but she is disgusted in the way the company has gone. Both, I'm sure it was Walt Disney and Roy, I think he was called.
Roy Disney, I think, was his brother or maybe his nephew. I can't forget.
But Walt was the ideas man, whereas Roy was the kind of money man. And so Walt would say, right, let's build a park. And Roy was the one who kind of, got the money together to do it. And again, they were talking about in the modern era, and not just about Disney, but all these companies. But like Bob Iger gave himself or had a bonus of $65 million 1 year. And it was the same year that people were being laid off after being furloughed during COVID. And it's just, how is that right? And a quote that I remember from it was along the lines of, some of these people could afford to pay for their kids to go to college for 20,000 years. What is the point? Just like you said, what is the point of having that much money?
I would love to have enough money that I'm independently wealthy and could do what I wanted. But after that, then it's all like, what? I can't spend it all. I wouldn't know how to spend it all. And these guys have money that, it's like, you could buy countries. You could do so much. And what you choose to do instead,
you could buy your own island.
Screw kids. Well, they do. And we know what they do on that island.
Allegedly.
That's my point. It's like, why?
Power. It's not about the money at that point anymore. It's about being able to buy, to influence.
And I think it's like kind of an illusion to me. I mean, all that power, it's like, but what do you, at the end of it all, you're going to die like everybody else. And what have you got to show for it? Everybody's just going to, it's going to be like, guys, we wrote Scrooge for a reason. If you don't get this shit worked out, you're just going to have a bunch of jackals picking over your bones and nobody's going to care.
Well, they don't care about the money. It's being able to impose their will on everybody else. And the money is something that just is a tool to use to impose their will.
Because it's like that guys cared about legacy. And I'm like, if you don't care about legacy, then that's what's going to happen to you. You're going to be picked over by jackals. Everybody's going to be glad that you're dead.
Well, they think that everybody loves them. Their inner circle's always kissing their ass. So.
I was just going to say, if you've got an entourage of people you're paying to tell you how great you are, then that's going to happen.
I know, but wouldn't you guys, if you were paying people and they were all kissing your ass, would you be like, "Oh, this is great," or would you be? And I mean, no jokes here, for real. Would you be like, "This is all false. There's nothing real about any of this"?
But the problem is that they say that power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. When you're in that situation, like I say, if you gave yourself a bonus of $65 million 1 year, what on earth? You've got no sense of reality at all. You don't know how much.
Well, I mean, what could you actually spend that on?
They don't
Yeah,
care.
exactly.
It's not about what you can spend. It's about using it to influence, to be in the separate. There's a 2-tiered legal system now, obviously. And when you can give yourself a $65 million a year bonus, you're in that other tier legal system where you can do things like fuck kids on an island and get like a year probation for it when you get caught, or you fly away on a jet to Israel because you were a good Mossad asset, allegedly.
I just look at it all and I go, I'm just, for these guys that make all these decisions, have all this money, their incredible short-sightedness just baffles me, I guess.
What gets me is the fact that, if something like COVID hit again and it killed out the 99% of poor people on this planet, what are the rich people going to do when they've got all this money, but there's nobody powering their, electric and picking their food? And all the poor people are dead. Yeah.
Well,
like the Kingsman.
They kind of want that, though, or they think they do anyway.
Yeah,
I'm
thinking about that movie, The Kingsman, where he was saving all the rich people and they were going to have this big bunker. It's like, if there is nobody to do all the things like, supply chain, all this other stuff, how long do you think you guys are going to really last in that? Because none of you assholes have any skills.
Yeah.
I mean, the short sight, I think that was why I like Kingsman, because there was a comment on that short-sightedness to a certain extent, but it was like, I really think they think this way, and it's bizarre to me.
I just liked it because we got to see not Obama's head explode from the rear, at least.
Yeah, that was fun.
It was so worth it. Like, the movie could have been dog shit up to that point, then I'd been like 5 out of 5.
Thank you for watching this excerpt from Outpost Frequencies. Tune in live every Sunday at noon Central Time or 6 o'clock UK time. And also, remember to come to lastmovieoutpost.com for all your latest in movie news, streaming news, and everything cool about film. We are the cool news now. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next stream.